Hey guys, this is One Gaming. This is going to be another King Arthur Legends Rise video. In today's video, I'm going to show you my team that I used to finally beat the Seal Temple on Stage 10, specifically the Master of Apocalypse. As I mentioned in my previous video where I did my summons and I got my most wanted legendary, for those of you that did not see it, go check it out because it's a funny video, have a funny reaction. But Master of the Apocalypse, Crom Cruach, is a little bit of a difficult boss because as the fight starts, the boss has a weird mechanic. I want to see which one is it. I think it's this one. So I don't know exactly what it is, but pretty much as you go into the fight, the first thing that happens is the boss devours most of your team. Right, just straight up devours 3 out of 4 of your people, leaves only 1 out, and that's difficult to deal with. However, if you have somebody that brings abnormal status immunity, which is kind of like what the boss does, that's what it's categorized as, it makes it a lot easier. So the person that I'm obviously using for that is going to be Gillian. So this is the team that I'm using for Master of Death, for Master of the Apocalypse 10, Bedivere, Morgan, Gillian, and then what's her name again? Guinevere, right? So honestly, for Guinevere, you don't really need her build. Like personally, what I'm using on this fight, I just got her to level 50, no level ups in the relic. It's all about this passive over here, right? Grants all other allies romantic reversal for 50 turns. You want to skill this up if you can, right? You want to skill it up so it goes up to 50, otherwise it's only 20 and it can be tricky. But what romantic reversal does is increases the co-op damage, reduces the damage that you take by 12%, but also it gives all of your people, apart from herself, abnormal status immunity. That's massive. But at the same time, she gets tragic ending, which means whenever she's hit, there's a 100% chance that they lose 9 of those. So that's why you kind of want to skill up the first one so that you have all of those turns. But you know what, let's go into the fight. It might not be, honestly, I'm not sure if it's 100% consistent, but it kind of, from what I've farmed so far, it works pretty easy. You see the fight starts, he tried to devour my Guinevere, it didn't really happen, and then I'm just off to go. Now, one of the easiest way to deal with this boss is obviously to have, apart from having Guinevere, if you don't have Guinevere, you can try with Bodwin, but it's a bit more complicated with Bodwin, because he only puts that on 2 people, and it's RNG. If he does it on himself and a healer, you know, it can be really weird. That's why having Guinevere makes it so much easier, because she just straight up puts everybody else is not going to be devoured, and you're good to go. Now, after that, the easiest way to deal with him is gonna be to having people like, for example, I have Morgan, especially if you have a C3, just keep spamming that second skill of hers because she can land the defense penalty, she can also land the damage taken increase on the boss, and at the same time she keeps pushing the attack gauge back. That's massive. Pair that with somebody else like a Gillian, or if you don't have Gillian, you can try maybe Claudius as a DPS, or you can try and bring Clementine as another one that does attack gauge reduction and also brings some healing. So you want to try and keep the boss as controlled as possible, because as you're going to see in this fight, the boss hits really hard, right? So keeping him controlled is kind of the key, because again, it allows us to bring that attack gauge pushback, makes it so much easier. You see that I'm pretty much blasting the boss with a Bedivere as a DPS. Obviously, if you don't have Bedivere, whoever is your best DPS for the fight, that's who you bring. Now, Morgan, everybody should have. You should bring her in the fight. And then again, like I said, in the Gillian spot, it can be whoever is your next best one that brings attack gauge, pushback, and also if they do healing, again, Clementine, right? One of the easiest ones is Clementine. You see, this one's pretty much over, easy fight, just slowly killing the boss, get those takes down, and you're good to go, right? Pretty straightforward, pretty easy. I do have, you know, some good builds, right? I'm at a point on my account where my builds are pretty good. I already have, you know, some level ups, I have some skill ups, so you're not going to be doing this in the first week or 2. This is a little bit, you know, the end game stuff. I've been playing for 2 months already because I played since the early access. However, I'm fully free to play. But as you can see, this was pretty easy. 2 minutes for me to do this fight. That was pretty straightforward, not too problematic. Now let me just go in again so I can show you how I have my skill orders, right? Because those ones are gonna matter a little bit, and it's gonna help you always have the vigor to do the right skills. So Guinevere, honestly, I only have her do the first skill. I don't care about anything else in her kit for this fight. Like I mentioned in the beginning, she's only in there for her passive. That's about it. Apart from that, I don't care what she does. Then when it comes to Gillian, she always does the second skill because this one heals, has the chance to push the attack gauge back, and also pair with her passive, she's just gonna do wonders. When it comes to Morgan, just spam the second skill in her Frost Relic, and then Bedivere, same thing, second skill, if not the first one. You don't want to use the third one because you do more damage with the other ones, and it's just better. Now let me show you the builds that I have on these people, just so you have an idea of what builds I have in order to do stage 10. Like you're gonna see I have 6-star awakened already and stuff like that. So first of all, Bedivere's level 60, 6-star awakened, first 2 passive skilled up, that's what you want. I do have in Chivalry 3, but it's not mandatory. Honestly, even with Chivalry 0 or any other best DPS, you should still be doing just fine. It might just take, it might just have to have more healing from somebody like a Clementine if you don't have Gillian, and just think around with survivability, or you might just need to drop stages if your DPS is not as good as my Bedivere. Then when it comes to Relic, he has the Frost one, maxed out almost, just need to do a few more awakenings, some skill ups in the Relic, and then when it comes to his build, he's in a counter set attack and a stripe when it comes to the keepsake. Total stats, 4.5k attack, 158 attack speed, 56% crit rate, and then 64% crit damage. He also has some hit accuracy, because you want that, right? So I do have 22%. It does help because on higher stages, it's higher. There's a higher chance that you're gonna miss. So having some of that hit accuracy is gonna help. Then second on the team, Morgan. She's again the #1 legendary in the game. We get her for free. Everybody should focus her chivalries to get her to Chivalry 3 at least, and then your game is going to be changed forever. Skilled up, especially the third passive, this is the one that you care about, and then again Chivalry 3. She's 6-star, level 60, 6-star awakened, relic, the flame one, this one's level 60, no awakenings, a couple of skill ups that again don't really matter, and then when it comes to her gear, she's running vigor plus accuracy. The way you build Morgan for every area is going to be high effect accuracy, 70% or higher, and then as much attack speed as you can get, right? If you can get that in vigor as well, that's good. If not, go with speed and then give her as much attack speed as you can. You want her to be over 200, over 300 if you can. I've seen somebody have her in like 340 attack speed with 70% effect accuracy, so that's kind of like the goal. Then the next one, the team Gillian, she's in a vigor plus accuracy set plus immortal for the keepsake, which honestly doesn't really matter because it's not a mandatory. The total stats for her: 192 speed, 94% effect accuracy. That's a little bit overkill, and then as much HP as I could get because obviously her heals scale off of her max HP. She's a 6-star awakened, level 60. She has almost all of her passive skilled up, which I kind of want to get the last one as well. She's just amazing. And then Relic, her base one, the flame one, level 60, and then 4-star awakened. And then again, no skill ups in this Relic. And then when it comes to the last one, Guinevere, like I said, she's level 50. I did skill up some of her passives. This is the only one that I cared of for this specific fight. She has no chivalry. And then when it comes to her equipment, she has no equipment, right? Like I mentioned, Guinevere's role for Crom Cruach, at least if you only use her for that, is just to come there and be pretty, right? Just to be in the fight, be pretty, bring her amazing passive, and that's about it, right? You see, no equipment and it works just fine. But yeah, I guess I'm gonna leave it at this. I want to keep them usually my guides short and sweet, kind of like to the point, show my builds, none of that cool stuff. So I don't keep you guys, I value you guys' time, so I always try to be as efficient and to the point as I can. But yeah, thank you all for watching, guys. As always, if you do enjoy my content, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel to see when I upload next, click the link in the description to support me as a content creator. Costs you nothing, helps me a ton, and I'm gonna see you on the next one. Peace, love, take care, run. Bye, guys.
Fight with honor. Vanquish the wicked, and you may prove worthy of your legacy.